In a way, I have two separate lives. I even have like two groups of friends, right? Like friends in the dental world, friends in the science world, and friends in the art world.
Hey guys, welcome to the Scientist Podcast. I'm your host Akram Al-Wahabi, and today our guest is Dr. Sherif Adel. He got his bachelor's and master's from Cairo University. He moved to Japan in 2017 for his Ph.D. studies, and he just finished his Ph.D. studies, and I thought that it would be a great idea to interview him. If there is one person that I know who leads two successful careers in both science and art, it would be him. On top of being a full-time dentist and later on a PhD researcher, where he published various scientific publications, he also managed to publish various sequential art projects in Egypt, Lebanon, and Japan, and participated also in various art exhibitions in Egypt, South Africa, Germany, Spain, and Lebanon. As usual, before we get into the episode, I would like to ask you to subscribe and or follow this podcast. So let's get to know Dr. Sherif a little bit more. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. This is another podcast episode, Scientist Podcast, and today I'm with my dear friend and coach in Street Fighter and my one of my most talented friends, Dr. Sherif.
Thank you for having me. I'm super happy to be on your podcast, man.
Thank you very much. I know you very well, but can you introduce yourself to our audience? How would you introduce yourself to somebody that you meet for the first time?
Well, first of all, like I said, I'm very happy to be here on your podcast, and I hope we have a fun talk today. And I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sherif Adel, and I'm an Egyptian dentist and scientist. I came to Japan 4 years and a half ago to do my PhD in Tokyo Medical and Dental University, and I graduated recently. I did a lot of, I did some research work during this time, and I learned a lot of stuff. I've been living in Japan since then. I learned a lot about Japan, about Japanese culture, the language, and all of that. And I met a lot of awesome people like yourself.
Thank you.
And I'm also I'm also an artist. So aside from the whole science and dentistry thing, I've been having kind of a parallel career in art, and especially in sequential art like comics and cartooning and that kind of stuff.
How do you find that both of your, like, these are like kind of very separated worlds, right?
They are,
Like science and art.
right.
I do a little bit of it too, but like I think you're much more of an artist than I am. So how do you think that art has affected your life generally, especially like your scientific parts, like your scientific part of your life? How does art, affect that, process?
Up until now, I kind of have, in a way, I have two separate lives, like doing those two things. In a big way, actually. Like I even have like two groups of friends, right? Like friends in the dental world, friends in the science world, and friends in the art world, and it's kind of like, in a way, two sides of a coin, right? Like of course, art still helped me in a lot of stuff. For example, PowerPoint presentation designing and stuff like that. In some aspects, and of course, dentistry itself, there's a lot of artistic sense required for it, right? But yeah, art just gives me a different kind of satisfaction compared to science. Like I get two different feedback,
Ways of satisfaction.
satisfaction from both.
Like, I don't know if it's the same, but yeah, I feel like I understand what you were saying. So,
Right.
for example, when you publish a paper, like you feel happy, but it's that happiness is kind of different
It is
than
different.
when you like publish a comic book, probably. Or for me, like if I capture a picture and
Right.
edit it and it looks amazing, and
Right. It's a
it's a completely different kind of feeling.
for sure. Yeah.
Which one do
Yeah.
you prefer?
I I like both. I like both. Which is why I've been doing both. Which is why I didn't at any so far at any point I didn't decide to do either exclusively.
One or the other.
Yeah. So I enjoy both, and I hope to continue to do both. Uh, I would say. Uh, I would say one thing about art, about comics or storytelling, for example.
Yeah.
There is a lot of personality in it. Not personality, like personal projection in it. Like you get to, through stories, through telling stories or taking photographs and showing your, right? In a way, you're showing yourself. In a way, you're showing how you see the world through art, right? And this might be debatable, but I think in science, you're trying to reach an objective truth, right? You're not really, it's not really, of course, there's elements of creativity in designing the study or so, but you're not telling your story, right? You're trying to
kind of find truth and facts and prove them.
So I would say, that's where art wins.
That's what
if we have to compare both, right? If we have to, in a way, like in a narcissistic way, I suppose.
Okay, that being said, what was your research about? What did you research?
Well, I did research on a prototype endodontic cement. It's called tristrontium aluminate.
For those of us that doesn't understand what you just
Right.
said, can you put it simply?
let us break it down. So basically, endodontics, which is a branch of dentistry, specialized in the pulp of the tooth, the living tissues of the tooth, and
the innermost part
the
of
innermost
the tooth, right?
part of the tooth, where the nerves are and where the building blocks for the mineralized part of the tooth is as well. And this treatment, this process, there are several procedures that can be done related to this pulp, and one of them is the pulp capping. When the caries, when the tooth decay reaches the pulp, and you'd like to wall off the infection and promote hard tissue formation to create like a dentine bridge, like a hard tissue bridge to wall off the infection and to save the
Pulp.
Save the pulp, save the liveliness of the tooth. So that for that procedure, there are several cements that are being used, dental cements that are being used that promote this hard tissue formation. And one of the most famous ones is MTA, mineral trioxide aggregate. It's one of the craziest successful
Materials or stories.
products, right? In the world, right, in history. And my work was on a prototype cement, hoping to be an alternative or a competitor to this famous commercial cement.
What are the demerits or the weak points of the MTA that your material will provide, or like will overcome? Yeah.
All right. Well, MTA has some drawbacks. For example, the mixing and handling of it. Both of them are hydrophilic cements. It's mixed with water. And MTA, even though it's hydrophilic, it's the mixing of it is a bit difficult, and the application is a bit difficult. It has some drawbacks in that department, as well as it has a radioactive. Not radioactive.
I was like, what?
Radio opaque component, because the cement itself is not radio opaque, it's radiolucent. So it has a radio opacity component, which is bismuth oxide, and some research has been done, and it showed that this bismuth oxide has negative effects on the physical properties of the cement, as well as some effects on the tooth itself, like tooth discoloration, that happens when you use MTA, and it was shown that it's related to this business component as well. So the prototype cement that I'm talking about, the tri-strontium aluminate, is in itself radio opaque. So my work was divided into two parts. First is to test the physical properties of the cement and then the biological properties. And we found out that the tri-strontium aluminate cement is radio opaque in itself. So that was one of the pros, as well as like good physical properties such as flowability and so on.
How close are we from like clinical applications of this new material? Like, is it already being used in?
No.
Not yet, right?
Not yet. So far,
yeah.
during my work, we tested it on rats, on Western rats, and we saw that it has good outcome. But of course, it's not close to be a commercial product, I suppose.
It's not yet.
Yeah, not
like,
yet.
It's not there yet.
Not yet.
But
of course, there's a lot to.
But from the results that you found, like it could be on its way, right?
It could be. It could
Yeah.
be. Like my supervisors are still continuing with a few other students after I finished.
Yeah.
So hope maybe someday in the future it will be something.
What got you interested in like endodontics? Why did you decide to do this research?
Well, I chose it when I applied for my master's degree in Cairo University, and I was interested in endodontics because it felt like a challenging field. It felt like let me try to put it in words. It felt like you need a special mentality, a certain specific kind of mentality to be able to do root canal treatments.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, totally.
Yeah, don't you agree?
I agree with this totally.
Right? Like
one of the like least enjoyable things of being a dentist for me
right.
was having to do endodontic treatments.
Right.
I did not enjoy it.
Yeah. Why? I
What do you mean?
agree
It's
with you,
finicky.
but I just want to know what you
It's
think.
finicky.
It's finicky. There's a lot of unexpected things that can
and
happen, right?
like for example, now that we're in Japan and we see all this latest technology, you're not as blind when you're working, like when you see how people work with endodontics. Sometimes they work with microscopes,
Right.
work with like apex locators is a
Right,
given now. You have like x-rays that you can like immediately check where your file is going, like your working length. All of these things are dental stuff, so things that the dentist would have to do in order to actually make sure that they're inside the root canal, the root part of the tooth, and they're not for example
beyond the
over
apex.
beyond the apex, or they're not at the apex, they're still like far away.
Right.
The way that I and we did dentistry, like that was around 10 years ago back in Yemen, in the third world country. It was, compared to now, it's like going blindsided.
torture, right.
It's torture.
That's
It
true.
was not fun.
It is true.
So when I hear somebody interested in doing endodontics, I was like, why would you choose that field?
It's challenging. I don't know. I find it interesting. I find it like challenging. I remember, according to what you said, I remember one of my teachers in Cairo University was saying that if you don't use rotary files and if you don't use an apex locator in endodontics, then you're torturing yourself. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got interested in doing like your master's in endodontics, right? And then this is a question that is actually asked to us a million times, but why did you decide to do your PhD in Japan? Like many of my friends in Yemen go to Egypt to do their masters and
Right.
PhDs in Egypt.
Right.
But you decided to, not do your
Why
master's.
did you come to Japan?
Why did you come to Japan?
This is a very common
This is the common
Japanese question.
Why did you come
Why
to
did you
Japan?
come to Japan?
Yeah.
Well, I came to Japan because I came first to be completely honest as well, I've always been interested in Japanese culture, being an artist and being into, comics and animation and that kind of stuff. So I always knew a little bit about Japan and always appreciated the artistic side of the culture. So that's one thing. But I also came to Japan as a tourist around 8 years ago or something like that. And I really enjoyed my time here, and I felt like I would like to spend more time here and you know experience more of it. And then I got the chance to apply to the scholarship, the next scholarship, and to apply to this university, which is one of the highest ranked dental universities in Japan, also worldwide. So I felt like it's a very good step for my career to get my PhD from here, as well as experience the Japanese culture, and hopefully, at that time, I was hoping to learn the Japanese language, which I was able to do to some extent. And
Actually, you've done way better than most of people have done.
mama.
Not mama, like seriously. Well, Sharif's got the N2, right? And he got it in his last year of PhD, right? Like fourth year, right?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. So many people do not invest the time in order to learn the language when they're here. They're just like here to do their PhDs. They don't spend time learning the language. And they would finish 4 years or 5 years or like many years would pass by without really knowing the language. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like.
What got you interested in the language this far? Like
Well-
I saw you like sorry to keep interrupting you, but
no.
you were writing all these kanjis. Like sometimes you
Yeah.
would post it on your Instagram
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
I'm like, this dude is
Kanji
nuts.
drills.
Yeah, this dude is nuts. He's practicing all these.
I like it. Actually, the kanji
Yeah.
is the aspect. Like I think I'm a visual learner.
Okay.
So the kanji was the aspect that was my strong point.
Really?
That's how I feel. So when I like I when I entered the university, I took like 3 semesters of group lessons in the university, and after that I started taking a private tutoring, and I spent maybe a year and a half doing that. And my teacher, like during the first lesson, he wanted to see like what level I'm at, and he told me like, "Oh, you're so good at reading." My weak point at the time, hopefully less now, is is speaking and listening.
Really?
Yeah, so my strong point was the
Reading.
kanji part. Yeah.
God damn, that's the exact opposite of me. Like I know how to kind of have to speak it, but reading it is a bit. More
I like
difficult
drawings.
for me.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Japanese is a tough language for sure. It's very, very hard. And
It is.
I feel like if we invested the same time in a different language, it would take us like
Would have been.
Would be, right?
It would have. We would have been speaking it and reading and writing it
Right.
much easier.
Right.
Than this.
But it's also there's a lot to love about Japanese, right? I feel like it's a very harmonic language. I feel like it's good to hear, right?
It is.
Right.
It's one of the easiest language to listen to.
In a
right?
way, it's
Kind of,
nice
yeah.
to hear.
It's other than it's nice to hear. It's kind of easier to recognize the words, even though sometimes due to many kanjis having the same reading,
Right.
you would understand something completely different.
Right, that
But at
happens.
least
Yeah,
you
for
would be
sure.
able to recognize the sounds, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like the Japanese culture. You came to Japan and you spent a few years in here. How is your impression about Japan generally before you come here and right now? Did it change or not? That's number one. Number two, academically speaking, were your expectations met for the program that you joined? Was it what you expected, or was it a little bit different? What were the differences?
Well, regarding, let's start with the first part of the question.
Yeah.
Regarding the culture, I think my first impression about Japan as a tourist And during my first, maybe let's say 6 months in Japan, or maybe first year, I think it was a incredibly positive
كوكب اليابان.
Kaukab al-Yaman, the Japan planet,
Planet,
the Japanese
yeah.
planet, right?
Yeah.
Like it's such a different culture, right? Everything is so different, and it's not different in the sense of, for example, going to Italy or like England, and it's still different, right? But Japan feels like a completely different
really
thing,
different.
right? Like different than the rest of the world, or at least
Yeah.
that's how it seems at first, at least. But it was incredibly positive, right? Like I was thinking, wow, this is so nice. Everyone is so nice. Everyone is super polite, right? That's I feel the impression for most people in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because Japanese culture is very indirect, right? So at the surface is one thing, but underneath there lies so many things, for better or for worse, right? So the more the more time you spend, the more you get to understand what's beneath the surface, or the superficial part of the culture, right?
This is why, like,
No.
if I can interrupt
No, of course,
you,
please go ahead.
this is why, like, first impressions of tourists coming to Japan are overwhelmingly
Overwhelmingly.
positive and
Right.
kind of euphoric in a sense,
Yeah,
right?
it is, right?
But the more people spend here, the more they realize, no, this is just like any other place in the world, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It has its merits and demerits.
Oh, exactly,
right?
exactly.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
it.
how you balance it out.
Yeah, exactly. I think at the end of the day, if we're talking about living or studying or working in other countries, at the end of the day, it's a calculation. You have to measure the pros and the cons according to you, and according to your personality, and according to what you expect, what you want out of life. It's a calculation in the end, and there's no country that is heaven, right? There's no country that is complete hell.
There's no right or wrong. Like,
Yeah, right.
like-
It's all a calculation. So Japan has a lot of pros, but also for foreigners has a lot of cons as well. I feel like, of course, that's a generalization, but I feel like many Japanese people put a barrier between them and foreigners. Like, they will be super nice to you and very polite to you, but I feel like, of course, not everyone, for sure,
Yeah.
but many don't really want to be your friend, right? Like, or don't really see you as a potential friend, like a real friend.
Yeah,
right?
like an acquaintance. Acquaintance at most.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Right? There's always
somebody that I used to know. Right?
yeah. There's always like this barrier, right? Like
Yeah.
foreigners and us, right? That's my impression, at least.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I've heard of this even before I come to Japan, and I thought, like, yeah, who cares, and it's fine. I don't care,
Right.
and I still think that we really don't care, but it kind of affects you.
It does.
Like, when you feel like you're not integrated into any of this.
Exactly. Especially if you
social
feel like
existence.
you're spending a lot of effort,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right. And of course, it's a human thing to want to be accepted, right?
Yeah.
Like you spend a lot of time studying Japanese,
Yeah.
and right, and you feel like, yeah, they still see me as a foreigner. Right?
I mean, this is the thing. They said, like, if you're always gonna be a foreigner in Japan, like, no matter what you do.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But and even though I think, like, we're all, like, accept these facts,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
We accept
exactly,
it, but it still hurts. Like,
it
for
does,
some
on a level.
reason.
On a level.
But
to
on a
be
certain level. Yeah.
fair, and to not to be too harsh on Japan.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff exists everywhere, in more or less, right?
Yeah.
Like I can also think of foreigners' experience in my country, for example, right?
And
Yeah.
it's
Of course, it's different
within
things happening.
within the Arab world, within the Middle East,
All right.
if you are if you move from one country to the other, like you're still
Exactly.
seen as kind of a
Different. Right?
like a
Right,
yeah,
right.
you're not from here kind of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
just
it's yeah, it's
human nature, I suppose.
maybe yeah. Okay, so I think we're a little bit on the sad side right now. So
Let's go on the good side.
let's go on the other side. Like
Good.
what,
Yeah.
yeah, what were like yeah.
About Japan or,
Again,
or
like-
studying in.
Yeah, so let's go back to the
To
question.
study.
Yeah,
to
study.
study.
Yeah, what were the expectations? What were
Well, the good thing is I learned a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have learned back in Egypt. I think Japan is one of the countries that are focused on research, and they spend a lot of a big budget on equipping their labs and so on. And especially during my second part of my project, which was testing the biological, evaluating the biological effects of this cement. And especially during that part, I learned a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have learned otherwise. So I'm very grateful for that. And
so in a sense, like this was what you expected when you were in Egypt.
Yeah,
It met
yeah.
your expectations.
It met
right?
my experience, especially during the second half. Of course, to go back to the to the cons.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I expected like the university to be completely in English, right? Like my program was described as an English program, right? Supposed to be. Of course, that's not the. Well, when you go there, you learn that's not the truth,
not
right?
that's not
You
what
have to learn Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, I guess if you, I would advise other people coming to Japan to study to learn Japanese. There's no way around it. If you want to fully experience the country and to fully get the chances to get the full potential of your stay in Japan, just learn Japanese. You have to.
To be honest, most programs, like I don't know, maybe engineering or like these
Like
kind of
IT.
yeah, IT related, you might be able to survive with no
Right.
Japanese.
But then I still would say that you're not fully experiencing
The whole thing
Right.
with Japan. So yeah.
Japanese is important. Which makes sense because the number of foreigners in Japan is super small, right? Super low, right?
Yeah, it
Like
is.
less than 1%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. Okay, so that being said, what were like your favorite? What was like? Obviously, you already mentioned that you enjoyed, being able to do latest research. The labs are equipped with latest equipment and stuff
Right.
like that. But what was your favorite part about PhD? Was there like a fun? These are like questions I ask everybody. I know it's difficult to find the fun part in a PhD because
Well, honestly, there
But
is.
what was-
There
really?
is. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the first year was a lot of fun.
first year.
Yeah. Like the
Okay,
first.
this is
Oh.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like the first year, which was, I suppose it was kind of an unwritten rule. They allow the students a bit of freedom, maybe to kind of like settle in and learn the culture, learn the language, right? Like you're supposed to take some Japanese courses at the beginning, and we only had like I didn't start my research right away, and that's also like it's not declared, like it's kind of unwritten rule,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you
Right.
kinda-
So we only had like some classes, some lectures, and the Japanese lectures, and I had a lot of international friends. All my class, like all my colleagues that were in the same, like we entered the university together, and we traveled a lot and we enjoyed it. Of course, that was before COVID, so. Yeah, I got to see Japan, and that was a lot of fun for sure.
Mahmoud came here after you, or
No, before me.
Before- oh,
yeah, of course,
before
he
you, right?
graduated before, right?
that dude traveled Japan for real?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do some traveling together. I think you
Yeah, we did. We did.
You
We
did,
We
right?
went on
Yeah.
a ski trip, like together and with
Yeah.
other friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
We
So
went to Nikko.
yes,
Yeah.
I think you travel. I tried to join you. That was that the time I tried to join you and I couldn't.
Which one, Nikko?
When you went, I think to Osaka. Did you
No,
go to
I
Osaka?
think when we went
Which
to.
one? Which one were you going to? I don't know. Anyways,
Oh, all right.
I tried joining you.
I think the first year I didn't know you yet.
No. I was not talking about first year. I'm talking about like some
So, yeah, later.
yeah some
Yeah.
a little bit a bit later. Um, okay, so this was good parts. So what was the most difficult part about your PhD?
Difficult part.
Yeah.
Difficult part is that I had to write my second paper, especially my second paper and my thesis, in a super short time. I had a very short deadline, and I had to write. Like at that time, I basically stayed in the university most of the day. Like left maybe at 11 p.m. and I still had a lot of unfinished work. I spent, yeah, especially during, yeah, like I would say the last year was very tough. I spent a lot of time in the lab.
What happened? Why was it all just like at the end?
Because I had to graduate and I had to do my defense. So I had to finish my second paper and publish it. And that was all within like maybe 4 months. And it was really, really cramped.
Oh.
And yeah, it was tough, but I pulled through.
Okay, so we're like good times, bad times. Would you recommend other students to come to Japan to do their PhD or not? And if you would recommend, recommend these guys to come to Japan, what would you tell them to do? What would you tell them to make sure to do before they get here and when they're here?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if they about coming to Japan in the first place, I really feel it's according to your personality. So you have to do the math. You have to think deeply about what you want and what you expect, and know that there are no. Like try to minimize the surprises, right? Like try to talk to people who are here, try to learn from their experiences. Yeah, try to minimize, do the math. And yeah, Japan is a beautiful country for sure, 100%. There's a lot to love about Japan, and I would advise people to come for sure, to study or to work.
Work really?
To study.
Yeah.
To study.
Work,
So far.
I think I don't know, like for real.
Oh.
Japan work-life balance isn't that awesome, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true for
so
sure.
it's one of the unhealthiest in the world, depending on your company, like
Depending on your company and your field too,
in your field too,
right?
right?
Because
yeah.
some fields are.
Yeah, some feels like you better
Right.
get out of here. Like,
But yeah, of course, generally speaking, the work-life balance is a bit messed up.
is a bit compared to other countries.
Right,
like,
for sure,
example,
for
yeah.
sure, for sure. But yeah, life in Japan is nice. It's very convenient. I would say, and yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go say it.
I would say, and that's kind of my perspective and my own perspective, right? So your mileage may vary.
I think we're going there.
Yeah,
the same
your mileage may vary. If you are an analytical person, a person who is not very emotional, a person who likes to get shit done, excuse my French,
Yeah.
and you're fine handling your stuff, like you're the independent type, then you will fit right in. You will be fine.
Really?
Yeah, I would say that. If you're more
I see it the exact opposite though.
really,
Yeah.
oh, please tell
If
me.
you're independent, you're gonna have difficult time in Japan.
Why?
Because you're gonna need somebody to carry you around for at least for a couple of years.
If you're independent.
If you're independent, yes. If you're independent, it's gonna be difficult for you because you will need people to help you, right?
That's if you're dependent, right?
No, independent.
No.
If you're independent, it's going to be difficult because you're going to have to be dependent on other people. So you could, yeah, especially for like I think I don't know for a few years where the system in here is completely different to
Right,
anywhere else, right?
right,
So you're
right.
gonna need somebody to help you.
Yeah, actually, I agree. I agree. Like
Yeah.
I did have to learn
Yeah.
to ask people for stuff.
For
right?
help and
That's
yeah,
true. That's true. But my point is kind of about the emotional side of it. If you're easily lonely, if your life falls apart,
If you
if
don't
you're
have
lonely,
friends, yeah.
then you're not gonna have a good time,
Yeah.
right? You
That-
have to be a bit of a lone wolf. At least
Yes.
you're fine on your own, right? You're not gonna break down or anything, right?
Probably.
Yeah, that's my point,
Okay.
right?
So yeah, so we're talking about different
a
things,
little bit, yeah. But yeah, I agree.
But when you first started talking, I thought that when you said like Japan is convenient, I thought you were going to on the way to say like maybe it's too convenient,
Oh,
and it is true. Like everything is so easy here. It's so
Right,
easy to do,
right,
like
right,
trains,
right.
buying from
Right.
convenience stores, whatever. Everything is so convenient.
Right.
So
which actually has a con in itself, by the way. It's you feel like life it moves so fast here, right? It just everything is convenient. You're taking the train, going somewhere, working, going
It's
back,
like-
and it's life just quickly, right? Like those 4 years that I spent here feel like 6 months or something,
for me, 9 years now, and it feels like 2 days.
right?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
incredibly.
So that's one thing. But to go back about like giving advice to people who are interested in coming to Japan, I think it's a great country to study in for sure. Yeah, for sure. And the level of education in universities is really good. And to go to the second part of your question, which is giving advice to the people who are planning to come here, I think my number one advice for sure, and it's something that I've said to friends who asked me about Japan and who are a bit interested, is you have to learn Japanese. You have to.
There's no way around.
There's
this.
no way around it, honestly. It's a tough language, and you have to keep that in mind. You will have to put in the time and effort to learn it. And it can be a bit of a daunting experience as well, right? Like it's not one increasing slope, right? Like rising slope, right? You'll have times that you feel like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to do it, and then you have to grind some more, and it's a journey in itself, right? So that's one thing, and the other thing, which also ties in with the language, and it's also my own personal opinion, and your mileage may vary as well. But I feel like if you go to Japan or to any other country, for all that matters, if you go in planning to have your own community, small community of people who are like you, people who are from the same country or the same background, and you want this small community and you don't want to go out of it and experience things outside of your
Comfort zone.
regular life or scope, I don't think that's a good thing. I feel like you have to, on more than one level, integrate into the culture and learn the culture and experience it. And yeah, you have to fully experience it. That's for sure one thing I would give as an advice, because that's how you grow, right? It makes you grow as a person. It changes you into a different thing, right?
I think it's really a waste of time and a waste of an opportunity.
Right.
If you come in contact with a completely different culture and you don't at least explore it,
Correct. Yeah.
see what's going on in
Yes.
there.
For sure.
And going back to the point that you just said, you will not be able to do that, or you will not be able to experience the culture fully
Right,
if you don't speak the language.
right.
So,
Especially, I feel Japan has a very concentrated culture. I feel like Japan is very Japanese, right? Right?
Yeah.
Like compared to
It's very Japanese.
yeah, like compared to how to say, compared to Egypt, for example, we kind of have a blend of different cultures and different backgrounds, right? Like
Yeah.
more or less, right? And different communities and different social
Well,
classes.
Egypt's like, don't forget that Egypt, at least geographically speaking,
Right,
is like,
exactly.
has a
It's-
lot of
yeah.
people
Right.
coming in
For
and
sure,
out
for
and
sure,
stuff
for
like
sure,
that.
for sure.
Japan is an
Japan
island.
is the opposite, right?
Japan is an island.
Right, it's
So-
an island.
Yeah, so-
And historically speaking as well, it was a closed country. Right,
Yeah,
for
it
a
is.
while.
Yeah.
So
Completely.
that's why it's so Japanese.
That's why
right?
it's
right. So
Yeah.
so if you're not willing to at least put your foot into that culture and get something out of it,
Yeah.
then I don't think you're doing it right.
Do you know when I realized like people really don't know what they're talking about once they come to Japan, and you see them on YouTube, a traveler that comes to Japan. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, look at them. They're smiling all the time. Look at. Sometimes these smiles like they're not. When people smile at you, but
Right.
that mean smile.
Right.
That I'm smiling at you, but inside I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
Yeah.
And many people I saw, like especially one guy, Arabian guy that came to Japan, and he was like,
Yeah.
so happy, and like, look at them, they're so nice. Like in more than one opportunity,
Right.
in more than one incident I saw during the video,
Yeah.
they were not happy with them.
Yeah.
Like you could see it.
Yeah.
You being here, you know
Right.
how
You-
people.
you start to
You,
figure
you
it
know
out.
you know how people these unspoken
Right. Yeah.
rules or whatever,
Yeah.
and you can see it in people's face,
Right.
even though they're smiling at you, that they don't approve of what you
For
just
sure,
did.
for sure, definitely. That's one of the things I had to. I mean, I think all foreigners had to learn living in Japan for a long time. I feel like compared to our Arab culture,
Oh,
which is very very direct, right? Like we just say what we
Yeah.
want, right? Like
Yeah.
if I want to ask you something, I just ask it,
It
right?
go.
Which is very different than Asian culture, especially Japanese, I think, which is a very, very indirect culture, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are unsaid, and even the language itself is very vague at times, right? Like sometimes you get an answer, but you don't know
Like,
what are you really trying to say, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what they call like kuki o yomu,
Kokyo Yomu.
Right.
Yeah, being able to
read the air.
to read the air. Yeah.
Right. So you have to learn that, right? You have to learn that
Yeah.
to be able to interact with your teachers, with your supervisors, and so on.
Well, yeah, I think we've covered many
Yeah,
many subjects
many
today.
subjects. Yeah.
Any last thing that you would like to tell people who are watching us today?
Well, okay. Just whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever stage in your life you're at, keep moving forward. Try to grow, learn new things, because that's the best way to live life, right? Like staying in one place and being stagnant and just sticking to what you know. I feel like that's not such a great way to experience life. So yeah, go to Japan, go to other countries, learn something new, right? Move forward, keep growing.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for
Thanks
today.
so much. Yeah, thank you
It
for
was
having
awesome as always talking to you, man.
me. Really great. Really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you're still watching until the end of the podcast, so
You've done a
yeah,
great job.
yeah, you're awesome. Thank you for watching, and thank you for our guest, Dr. Sherif, and we'll see you in another episode. Bye.